This is the Galeon 375 GTO. Now the 325 GTO has already been launched and this is the bigger sister, and this is Galeon having a go at the Axopar 37 and the Saxdor 400. So it's a similar length to those boats, outboard powered as well, but it goes about its business very differently. The base price is £695,000 including VAT with triple 300 horsepower Mercuries. There's loads to show you on this thing. Let's go and have a closer look. Now I mentioned the base 300 horsepower option, there's also a 450 horsepower option, but every boat they've built so far has had these monstrous 600 horsepower Mercury V12s, top speed 52 knots. Absolutely ludicrous. So it's really serious performance for what really is a leisure boat, but it will go some. And then you get the familiar Galeon traits. So we have the balconies, the ones you've seen on the Flybridge range that they've got them on this as well. You have them on both sides, they come as standard, they drop down at the touch of a button. And on a boat of this size, you really appreciate the extra real estate that you get from having those balconies. And it is a fantastic deck space. I don't want to call it a pontoon boat because Galeon will hate that, but it has that feel about it. It's so flat, so beamy, so spacious. Obviously it's a monohull, deep V plating hull, but in terms of the way it feels, it just is real pure party boat. So loads of space to move around here. You have your table here, obviously you can have that in teak if you want. This boat's got the two-way backrest option, but you can have an option where you have a sun pad that goes over the top of the outboards. That's made out of carbon fibre as well to obviously try and keep the weight down. There's a bit of storage under there as well, and actually you can slide this whole unit back and forth depending on whether you want to sit facing out the back of the boat or sit here at the dinette. Obviously this table opens up to twice its size. Can finish that in teak, would look a bit classy if you did. Talking of teak, as standard you just have a bare GRP deck. This is the C deck. It's sort of rubberized. It's actually very good, it's very grippy. It doesn't get too hot, but you can have S-Tech as well. You know, artificial teak and loads of different colour options. Same with the upholstery, and actually I've noticed with this grey upholstery sitting here in the glaring sun at the canboat, it's getting really hot, so you might want some lighter upholstery. Wet bar, good size. This boat really is focused on the American market. Obviously it has its place in Europe, but the Americans love this type of boat, so this sort of entertaining is really important, and they've thought about it really well. Yes, the chopping board has its own place. Up there, that sits down there on top of the sink when you want to use it. You've got a Kenyan grill, cooling space. Yeah, decent fridge up here because you've got cooling space elsewhere as well. But yeah, this is a really great sociable entertainment space. The other thing they've worked in here is a very clever little feature, which is, let me try and do this because it's quite heavy. There you go. Like that, you've suddenly got two more forward-facing seats. That's great, and it means that that has a bit more of a comfortable position if people don't want to travel facing backwards, and they can sit here protected by the windscreen, protected by these Helm seats, and yeah, you can put it into travel mode as quickly as that. Moving on to the Helm Station, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's like a rocket ship. I love these triple screens. They're actually an option. You start with nothing, you can have 1, 2 or 3, but the effect of having 3 on a boat of this size is really quite rare, and it looks superb. And I love the way that everything is angled towards the helmsman. You've got fully adjustable seats. You can actually have electric adjustable seats with footstools. They're an option. These are more basic, but they still have a bolster. You can still slide them in and out, and you can still lean against them and drive standing up if you want to. And as well as having the hub adjustment on the steering wheel, you can actually move the whole thing up and down at the touch of a button. Joysticks with the Mercury package, of course, so you can control everything with twist and push. Skyhook, which holds the boat in place, and then these two chunky throttles connected to 1200 horsepower back there. That really is quite something. And the quality is lovely. Even on these little lids, it's all nice and smooth, nicely finished. You've got wireless charging for your phone down there. Look at the size and gauge of these footrests. It's typical Galeon, really well built, very solid, good quality. The sunroof is glass. As an option, oddly, you can have it as fiberglass. I think most people would just have it with glass, so you get a bit of light coming through even when the roof is closed. And then this is nice. There is no steps at all in this deck. From the transom all the way through to this bit here where I go through the screen, it is totally flat, so it feels really safe moving around. You have a separate bit of sunroof that comes forward here, and then it joins this door, so you can close this area off when you're going along. It means you have loads of protection. Close the roof, it's completely enclosed. Both of the side windows drop down as well, so very versatile, very easy to ventilate this main deck. There's a door here as well, so you can close that off entirely, as I said. And this is a great spot as well. Really comfortable, very sociable as well. It's a genuine other living space, very exposed in conditions like this, but a really nice place to sit in the evening. And they can have a sunbed here as well. You can remove the table and put a couple of inserts in, so again adding to your sunbathing space. But this is a really nice spot with built-in armrests here, which also have cup holders in them. You've got a sound system up here. It's a really cool leisure space. But the other interesting thing about this boat, despite being such a deck-focused boat, is that there's decent accommodation downstairs. So let's go and have a look at that. So clearly this is a deck-focused boat, but the nice thing is down here the accommodation is pretty good, and if you did want to spend overnight or even a weekend here, there is enough space and the facilities are good enough to do so. Headroom is perfectly good here, even over the seating. It does drop down because you've got that seating on the foredeck, but still you can sit very comfortably there at that berth. This drops down to create an infill, so this is where you have your double bed, and there's twin berths running underneath the cockpit there. A bit cramped, but the beds are actually decent size, there's just not a huge amount of headroom. The key thing for a day boat like this is to have a good bathroom, and this one is really nice, nicely finished, good headroom, good components, Tecmar, electric toilet in there, and a separate shower cubicle. That probably is going to be more useful than having extra berths, because that's going to matter a lot when you're out on the boat for a long day. And you do have some facilities down here. It's not a galley as such, but you have got a bit more cooling space down here, and there's a microwave as well. And they really have drawn a lot of natural light down here. Obviously this door hatch extends a long way forward, but then you have this crazy window here, which is just helping to draw in natural light, and you see that lines up with the window there in the top side, so you have got a decent view out, and there are some more windows dotted around forward. So it's not huge, it's not super luxurious, but it will certainly do the job. Now that's the tour of the boat. We're actually going to drive this on a separate test in Southampton, so make sure you look out for that review. So there you have it, a whistle-stop tour of the Galeon 375 GTO. As I said, we are going to sea trial it in a separate video in the UK, so do watch out for that. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please give it a like if you did, and remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time we upload a new video. See you on the next one.